cloud, you are billed for your provisioned resource, not utilized capacity, right? Which means is that if you are running a virtual machine, maybe you are running a let's say 2x large machine compared to a large machine. If you are using 20% of a 2x large machine compared to 40% of a large machine, basically your utilization is the same, but you are paying double the money, right? So it's a very common problem across a lot of customers. Typically, what we have seen is that while deploying your infrastructure, optimistically engineers deploy bigger than what they need. Often that stems from the fact that they do not know what they need, right? So optimistically, they provision a bigger resource in hope that by provisioning bigger resource, they will not have any bottleneck during their researches and etc. But more commonly, we see that they use only a fraction of that resource and end up losing money for the rest of the capacity, which they are not using, right? Over-provisioned resource is one of the most common way of overspending. And we are going to talk about what you should do to stop overspending, right? First and foremost, always start with small and grow as you need. Unless you know exactly what you need, that you probably are doing some experiment, maybe you are running some machine learning model, or you are running some kind of, let's say, big fat server. Unless and until you exactly know that, hey, I need, let's say, 4 core of server, 8 GB of RAM for XYZ reason, always start with small. If you are doing your research, it is a development environment, we strongly suggest using burstable instance if it is a if it is a database or EC2, so which is like T3 or T3A classes. And if you want to start with small, 2 core 4 GB RAM is a decent way of where you can start, right? If you are running even lighter infrastructure, just like you can always go for 1 core 2 GB or something like that. But 2 core 4 CPU, roughly it will cost you around $20, roughly $20 per month. That is a good starting point. Now, once you have started with that, the approach is to look at your infrastructure. Keep an eye on your resource spend, your utilization of your resources, and whenever you are hitting 80%, if you are hitting your, you are consuming 80% of your resources continuously, that's the time to scale, right? And that is the way you are going to figure out how to find the right size of your infrastructure. This is typically called the right sizing exercise, right? So if you have already deployed your infrastructure, identify what is the actual utilization of the resources and downsize your resources. Typically, a good percentage of resource utilization is 60 to 80%. That's what you should target. Anything below 50% is underutilized, so you should target to downsize that and save cost. If it is the very beginning of your journey, you are starting just with your infrastructure, start with small, and as you grow, keep increasing your infrastructure until you find the right combination.